Hi, and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk, and I've been selling on Amazon for 6 years now, doing retail arbitrage. And for the last 3 years, I've been lucky enough to help sellers like you get started or grow your Amazon selling business. And it's truly been an honor and a privilege, and I absolutely love helping other sellers because it changed my life, and I know it can change yours. If you sell on Amazon or you just want to join the community, you can find me at Your Selling Guide on Instagram. You can use the hashtag YSG community or tag me Your Selling Guide in the post, and I will share it to my Amazon community and welcome you to the community so we can all learn and grow from each other. I love creating communities and just talking to other sellers because honestly, that is where I learn so much information, and so it just helped me. I know it's going to help you. So if you're not plugged into an Amazon selling community already, I would highly recommend joining one, and I have to say, I think mine are pretty great. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, like, comment, all of that so that I can get to know you some more, and it really helps me out. I have recently reached 50,000 subscribers, and so that was really exciting, and I can't wait to see how much more it grows. So definitely, if you enjoy my videos, please don't forget to subscribe. We are winding down 2022, and the end of the year is always a great time to take advantage of any tax write-offs. So all the tools, software, ungating orders, courses that you paid for your business, those are all tax write-offs, which is why it's so important to keep everything separate on your Amazon business. So business purchases on a business card or checking account, personal stuff on your personal, right? You want to keep it totally separated because all of those business tools, supplies, courses, like Ungating Guide, BOLO Group, all of that is tax deductible, and it's going to help bring down your personal income tax, what you owe. Okay, not a tax expert, okay? I'm not by any means. I have someone who does my taxes for me now, but for the first 3 years of selling on Amazon, that was the only thing I did. I had some like 1099s here and there, but because of that, I could do it on TurboTax, and you probably can do it on TurboTax too. This is not a video for TurboTax, but TurboTax is super simple. And when you have an Amazon business, it's no different than any other business, and it walks you through it step by step. So if you want to get a CPA or tax professional, doesn't have to be an Amazon specific tax professional. You're just running a business, and they know about that if they are a good tax person. So nothing special to look for there. Just wanted you to know, not a tax expert. One thing that's a lot different for 2022 is that almost just probably everyone who sells on Amazon is going to be getting a 1099 this year. And in the past, or I guess in 2023, you'll be getting it. But in the past, you had to do over $20,000 of gross sales. However, now the IRS made a new law. So 2022, it's only $600 gross sales, which is probably just about everyone who sells on Amazon. So you will be getting a 1099 this year if you did over $600 in sales at any point throughout the year. With that 1099 means now you've got your business and you have to report it because it's already been reported to the IRS. And so that's where you're going to create a business on your tax return, and everything Amazon business expenses goes into that business. And at the end, it's going to say, so let's just say Amazon says on your 1099 that they have sent you $70,000. You probably, most likely, did not make $70,000. So that's where all those tax deductions, those fees you paid to Amazon, the cost of goods, all of that's going to bring that liability down to where what you owe on taxes for. So that's why you want to take advantage of any and all tax write-offs that you can. So this video, long story short, is the 10 supplies and tools that I use and I would recommend for your Amazon business to stock up on at the end of the year. Of course, if you can. If you don't have the funds, you can't do it. Not just these 10 tools, but if there's anything for your business that you have been wanting to get, the end of the year is a great time because now you can take that tax deduction now. If you buy it next year, you can take it next year. But just if there's something and you have the funds, maybe you got a bunch of money from all your Q4 profits, congratulations, and you want to buy some business stuff, just know it'll help you out on your taxes. So tool number one, it's almost always my number one, Keepa. If you do not have a paid subscription to Keepa, definitely do it. I pay for one whole year up front, so it's a one-time payment of, I don't know, I think it's $150. One time a year to use Keepa, and again, that's a tax deduction write-off. And Keepa paid version is so important to your Amazon business because it helps you identify different things that are going on with a product or a listing. So if Amazon is on the listing, you can see if they share the buy box. You can see if when you scanned it, is the price stable? Is it always that price, or does it have like this and like, or is it on a downward trend and there's a bunch of sellers coming on it, and so that means the price is going to continue to go down. All of this is like top level of why you need Keepa, but it really can help you out. When you're pricing your items, you can see how many other sellers have. If there's just one low baller with one item, let them sell out. All things Keepa helps you do. I literally could not run my business without Keepa. I could, but I'd probably be making a lot of mistakes, which is why Keepa paid subscription is so important. All the tools that I'm going to talk about, softwares, everything, trainings, everything is linked below. So if you want it, or in the video description, I think it's moved now, but it's in the video description if you want to check them out for yourself. Tool number 2 and 3, SellerBoard and Inventory Lab. I decided to combine them because the number one question I'm always asked is, what's the difference? Do they do the same thing? So SellerBoard, I like. It's a nice to have. You can pay for the whole year or you can pay by month. It's relatively inexpensive. I think it's like $19 a month. And it is how I see my profit every day. If you watch any of my videos where I'm going over different things, I'm most likely pulling a SellerBoard sales report to know what my top sellers were, how much profit I made on everyone. When you send stuff into Amazon, it actually breaks down. Like, so say you spent $40 to ship a box. It's going to add in the cost. So 3 cents, 2 cents, $5, like whatever the cost to send it into Amazon, it's going to add that fee so that you know your true profit after all of those fees from Amazon are there. It has an app, which makes it really easy to see on the go what you're selling. It has images so I can see what I'm selling, how my profit's doing that day, what my forecast is for the month. I really like it and I use it for tracking my profit. Inventory Lab also can track your profit. I don't use it for that, but it can track your profit. It can track all your different business expenses. I use it to send my shipments in for FBA. So it makes sending in a shipment so much easier. And I say this having only used Inventory Lab for about 1.5 years now, and I didn't have it for the first 4.5 years of selling. I just did my shipments through Amazon directly because I couldn't justify the cost because I didn't know how to use it. Now that I know how to use it, first of all, it's not nearly as complicated as I thought it was, and it makes sending your shipments so much easier. So when I enter in my items, it spits out my labels for those items right away so I can go ahead and prep them, and it just cuts down on all that time. There's a bunch of different ways to use Inventory Lab. How I use it, I actually recently did a video, so I will link it here walking you through how I use it. But here's the great thing about both of those items. So SellerBoard, they have 2 months free. The link is below. If you use that link, you can get 2 months free, no credit card required. And with Inventory Lab, you can try it out for a month. So both offer free trials for you, so you can see if one is better for you or if one does something that you need it for more than the other one, because they do 2 completely different things. But you can try them both out to see if you like them and if the expense is justified for your business. Any and all trainings, ungatings, like if you want to take my beginner course, that is tax deduction. You are learning how to run your business. You can take that expense. If you need to get ungated, the order, not only the guide expense, but the order expense that you're going to buy the stuff to get ungated, all you can use as tax deductions on your business. So they can help you out that way, but not only that, they're going to help you grow your business. So being ungated is the biggest struggle that new sellers have. Learning how to sell, again, big struggle that new sellers have. I have the course that walks you through it or the ungating guides that walk you through. Everything I make is step by step because I know how it is to learn something and you really need it handed to you step by step. And so that's how I created them. The ungating guides, I have the premium ungating guide for Adidas, Nike, all that kind of stuff, Under Armour. I have the grocery and topical beauty guide, which will help get you ungated for grocery, beauty brands, all that you need to sell. Those are really high profit categories. And so if you're gated in them, that can really open up a whole lot of profit for you at retail arbitrage. I also have the toy ungating guide. So if you need help getting ungated with toys, that is there for you. So all of them come with their own support groups so that you can talk to me and other sellers throughout your Amazon journey of both ungating or just the beginner course. Like literally, you can be in that group as long as you want to. You could be selling 3 years and be in that group if you want to. So those are available for you. Again, whatever trainings, courses, guides, whatever you do, keep those receipts because those are tax deductible. Tool number 5 is IP alert. So IP alerts, IP complaints, counterfeit complaints, all of that can be quite worrisome for sellers. I don't think it's worth worrying about because they're easy to deal with. But if you are worried about, there is the IP alert Chrome extension, and it comes with an app where you can search by ASIN and brand to know if that brand is safe to sell or not. Now, it's nothing is foolproof, right? Like some brands might say safe, but you might get an IP complaint because the IP alert people didn't know about them. If that ever happens, you just send it to them and they'll add it to their list. But just so you know, it's not foolproof, but it is helpful. I use it all the time when I'm scanning beauty products. If it's a beauty brand that I've never sold before, I double check to see if it comes up on IP alert. If it does, I don't buy it. If it doesn't, I buy it. I say beauty brands because for me, that's typically the ones I get the IPs for the most. Sometimes toys, but that's usually if I didn't notice that the brand was the brand. So if I'm selling Pokemon, it needs to be the brand Pokemon, Nintendo, like that. If it's ever like Pokemon item, but the brand says suck it to me or whatever that person's name is, that is probably going to be a counterfeit complaint. So you just want to steer clear of those. Now they've given me a coupon for you, so if you use code Nikki and a KKI, you can save $30 off. It can be a one-time purchase or you can do it for a year. I think it's a little cheaper. I would just do the one-time purchase. Again, take that whole tax write-off and now you have a tool for your business that can be quite helpful. During the summer months, IP Alert also will tell you if it's meltable or not, which is helpful to know while you're sourcing in case this item, like I had a cocoa butter lotion, not meltable, but because it said cocoa, it thought it was, so you can know before you buy. Tool number 6, if you are planning to do more online arbitrage, definitely get tactical arbitrage. Now, it is a little more expensive. I can't remember, there's a bunch of different options and I don't know exactly how much, but we're talking a couple $100 to $1,000 for a whole year of it. So tactical arbitrage can really help you with online arbitrage, but because the expense is greater, I really just want you to be sure that you want to like really give it a go because it's kind of a lot of money if you're just like, well, maybe I might do online arbitrage. But if you're like, no, that is a goal of mine for 2023. I really want to do more online arbitrage, then I would suggest tactical arbitrage. I'm still learning it myself. It's another one that like you just got to dig into and like really learn it. I can do basic searches and I do find a lot of great items that I buy online arbitrage. But I know I'm just scratching the surface. There's so much more to it. So I'm sure there's a lot of YouTube videos out there that you can learn from. I'm sure Tactical Arbitrage has a lot for you also. If you are serious about online arbitrage, Tactical Arbitrage is helpful. They actually gave me a code. So I think normally you get 7 days, but you get 10 days free with the link that I have below if you want to try it out. Again, start it when you have those 10 days to like really dig into it to see if it's worth it or not. Because you don't want to just like do a trial and then forget about it and now you've lost your trial. So definitely set aside at least 2 days to like really dig into it to see if you're going to use it for your business before continuing on past that free trial. Tool number 7, if you're doing retail arbitrage, a BOLO group. I happen to think mine is great, but definitely if you can get into a BOLO group that's going to help you find leads of what to source, it's going to cut down on your sourcing time. Not only that, there's one BOLO that we are all selling and we are selling like thousands of dollars of it. So you can really make a lot of profit, not only get that money you spent on the BOLO group subscription, but make so much more profit on items that maybe you never thought to scan. That's one thing that I always hear about from the BOLO group, from community members, is like, it's just opened your eyes to so many different things that you never thought to scan. So if you want to join my BOLO group, it's yoursellingguide.com/BOLO to join. You can learn more there. I think getting into a community which is safe and helpful, which is how mine are, because there's no drama. Like you can vent and you can be mad at Amazon and you can be mad at customers. That's fine. But it's never like you're not asking a dumb question. There is no dumb question. You just don't know, and I don't know. I've asked questions in there. I don't know everything, you guys. So it's really helpful to, when things come up in your Amazon business, to be able to ask a safe community, and that is what you get with the BOLO Group. Plus all the leads to source, so it's a win-win. All right, now we're gonna get into the supplies. If you have not upgraded to a Rollo Printer, I would suggest getting that at the end of the year if you are. I mean, honestly, getting a Rollo Printer and Inventory Labs was the best thing I did for my business. I did that in 2020 and it was amazing. So I have 2 Rollo printers. I have the wired one and I have the wireless one. If you are tight on funds, the wired one is fantastic. If you have the extra $100, splurge for the wireless one. I have had a couple issues with my wireless. I've not had any issues with the wired one. But it was only one issue, and it's taken care of now. The Rollo support is really awesome. You can call them, and you can chat with them, or you can email with them. They are really there to help you out if anything ever comes up. But right now, I think the wired one is $200, the wireless is $300. You know, if you got to get a laser printer or any kind of printer for your business, and you have the funds, you might as well upgrade to that thermal printer, because it doesn't cost any money. It doesn't use ink, so it doesn't cost any money for ink. You can get a free UPS account, business account, and get free shipping labels. You will still have to buy your little FN ski labels, but really a Rollo can really help save you money in the long run by just that first upfront purchase of it. So I would recommend a Rollo if you don't have one already. Supply number 9 is Polybags. Okay. You probably already know about this one, but it's Q4 and you're probably running low. So why not stock up right now and take that extra tax deduction on this year's books to get all your supplies. So I get mine from Amazon. All my Amazon supplies are linked below. I get the Spartan Industrial because they stick. Like once they're stuck, they're not coming undone. There's also Polybags on the website I Love Supplies that sellers really love. I haven't purchased any yet, but maybe I will right now just to stock up at the end of the year. So those are 2 places. Like I highly recommend Spartan Industrial Polybags, or if you want to check out I Love Supplies, sellers rave about their Polybags, but definitely stock up on all those Polybags right now so that you're ready to go in January. And the last tools to stock up on are things like maybe a box resizer. If you don't have a box resizer, maybe you want to grab one. I know I will be. If you need extra labels, if you need extra boxes, maybe you have a lot of room in your garage, you want to order a bunch of boxes. Like the end of the year is a great time to stock up and get all of those items. A lot of times there's sales going on anyways, so definitely go through your Amazon selling supply closet, garage, wherever you have your stuff, and see what you need now and take advantage of those last minute tax write-offs. I highly recommend. I am about to go do it myself. What tools and supplies are you stocking up for? Let me know in the comments below. Doesn't have to be anything I said. Maybe it's something I want to try out myself. So let me know in the comments below what you'll be stocking up on at the end of the year. Thank you guys so much for watching and hanging out with me this year. This year was crazy. I grew my Amazon business bigger than it ever has been. On YouTube here, I hit 50,000 subscribers. So thank you for that. And it was just crazy, and I am really looking forward to 2023 with you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I will see you back here for another Amazon selling video.